Hello and welcome to Gap
in the
Middle. Oh, what a week. It's so hot today. It's like the hottest day on earth.
well, for us in the UK, it's quite warm. Maybe not even the UK, maybe just in England.
Yes, for
That's
sure.
how you can tell we're English, because we're starting with the bloody weather.
Oh gosh,
It's hot
too
today.
hot, too hot.
I did that. I got an Uber today, and I was like, "Oh, it's warm today." And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "That's when you know you're in England, isn't it?" He was like, "Yeah, you guys like talking about the weather."
Have you seen the forecast? It's sunshine all week. Yes, sunshine, come on!
So, have you got a gripe of the week, Alice? What is your gripe of the week?
Well, originally, I was going to talk about washing machines. But then I thought, no, because there's planes, and you might hear planes. Judy says we've had planes before, but I disagree. But I suddenly become aware that there are more planes, that the flight paths are coming my way. And I just find it so intrusive, planes taking off. And also, like, living where we are, we're supposed to have another runway. And I'm like, another runway, like, how many more planes are we going about? And are we not like in climate chaos and climate change? What is it with all the planes? Like, I guess people going skiing.
Well, isn't Heathrow like a hub? It's supposed to be a hub.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure what a hub is, but I've heard that mentioned. But I think a hub, my understanding of a hub is somewhere where planes come in and planes come out, and
from all over the world. It's
from all over the world. It's like
yeah, but that doesn't help my gripe.
I know it doesn't help your gripe, but in order for Heathrow to grow, they need to have that third runway.
Well, maybe they don't need to grow. Maybe somewhere else needs to grow. Maybe somewhere like Stansted.
But then we lose all of the revenue that comes in from Heathrow.
Who cares?
I'm just giving another side. I hate the idea of
hedge funds own them anyway.
Yeah,
the money would just be going offshore like it does in this country.
Yeah, yeah, because they say that. They say, oh, you know, all the royal family bringing all this wealth. Where? We can't see it on the street. We don't get any of that.
Yeah, and like that Dick Whittington went to London. This got nothing to do with flights, but he went to London, Dick Whittington, because the streets were paved with gold. It was a lie.
A lie. You lied to us.
A lie. It's paved with weed.
Jesus Christ, Ticky, I've just kicked a shite.
So that is her gripe. Well, next time don't ask me my gripe of the week, because I'll extend it into a round of sherbet tips. When we were planning this podcast, we had a whole list of swear words from fracking.
Apparently, you can say. I've been watching YouTubers, and you can say swear words on YouTube.
I like shit.
So yeah,
we had like different words we could use, so it's quite fun. We did make ourselves laugh with different bits. But Judy, what's your gripe of the week today?
Oh gosh, my gripe of the week is online dating.
Oh, tell me more.
So I've started online dating, and I've got like my profile. I've got lots of different pictures of me doing different activities to make me look a well-rounded person.
Like what?
Like I've got me posing at a piano. Oh. Yes, so posing at a piano. I can't play the piano, but you know, this is my representative. This isn't me. This is my representative.
Okay, so
so got me. No. Got me posing at the piano. Got me in a cat cafe.
Okay.
So, yeah. So it, just like doing the touristy Edinburgh ones and things like that. So I've got loads of pictures of me, like, well-rounded person. And the comments that I'm getting, or the messages that I'm getting, I'm kind of like thinking, are you okay, men? Are you okay? Because the stuff that I'm getting, I'm literally like, where did you get that from? Those pictures that I've got. I mean, I am sat in church, in my church, at the piano at Christmas tree behind me, cross behind me, and I get an email going, I want a woman that's going to dominate me. Can you dominate me? And I'm thinking, which picture in my profile makes me look like I want that in a relationship? I'm getting, I'd love to buy women's shoes. I love to buy women's shoes, really expensive shoes. And I'm kind of like, okay. Me being stupid, no red flags are going up, and I'm just like, okay, that's a weird hobby, yes, but I like them to wear the shoes and then me lick the heels.
Oh yeah.
And I'm kind of like, what? I don't see where these people are coming from. Why are they stopping at my profile with all of this weird?
Oh God. Oh, make it stop, Jesus.
Do you think they might be AI? They say like a lot of these dating places are full of AI. So
No, I don't think AI would do that. I don't. No, of course, no. They are real men, and it's getting to the stage where I'm thinking, okay, online dating is trash, but it can't be this bad. I had one guy who wanted to meet up, but he wouldn't meet up unless I gave him my phone number. I said, I'm not giving you my phone number. And he says, well, I'm not going to meet up then. I'm like, okay, why are you still here? I've already told you I'm not going to give you my phone number. And then he's like, but I've been let down by a lot of people. I've been let down by a lot of women. So I just want to make sure that that they've got my phone number, that I've got their phone number. And I'm thinking, oh, so if I decide that I don't want to meet you, you want my phone number so that you can harass me afterwards?
you can block them, can't you?
But still,
I
there's a lot of things you can find out by somebody's phone number. You can put it into the internet and find a lot of things about them, a lot of profiles that, unless you've got do not find me via my phone number ticked.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, because I've done that. I've done that with men that have given me my phone number and found out that they've got secret hidden profiles
There, yeah.
where they're the king of the world, and all these women are like, and I'm like, oh,
okay.
yes.
Gosh, so that's a gripe. There are very strange people out there.
It's not just that. It's kind of like, men, just be normal.
I don't know if they, yeah.
I get it. It's between men trying to get somebody to enjoy their fetish with them, or men that are just like, hello, my Nubian princess. You know, why can't you just be normal? Why can't you just reach out to a girl and go, hi, liked your profile picture, do you want to get to know one another? That's all. I literally went back to this guy that said, hello, my Nubian princess, white little guy, 5'9".
That's fine.
And I was like, why can't you just be normal? You're giving me the ick.
Wrong.
And he went, oh, I'm really sorry. I'm terribly sorry. Why did you look at my profile picture and think the first thing that I want to hear from you is how much of a black princess I am?
Oh, I don't know.
I know. It's weird. It's weird. You men, you're weird. Weird. Just be normal.
They could argue that us women are weird as well, isn't it? You know, because I do know, like, I have watched something, because I don't need it. Like, I met my guy on not social media, internet dating, and he begged me for a date. Absolutely begged me. And I was like, no, I'm not interested, because he was too short. Like, I'm 6 foot almost. And in the end,
I don't mind a shorter guy as long as he doesn't keep on mentioning it. And
I don't.
When they're messaging me, it's like, is it a problem that I'm 5'8"? Is it a problem? Is it a problem? Have you ever dated a shorter bloke before? And I'm kind of like, just get over. I didn't even notice because I didn't even look at that
not
in your
put those
profile.
parameters on, because a lot of women will put those parameters on, won't they?
Yeah.
Because we've been taught by society that we do need taller men. Like, I find different. Like, I'm a 5'11" woman, so I'm 6 foot. So it is kind of thing. But then if the average height of a man, actually, we did those statistics, is 5'9", then I might as just. But anyway, so yeah. Did I compromise? I don't know. I met him in the end because I felt nice, and then I've never stopped laughing since. So.
I know some very nice couples where the woman is short, the woman is taller, and you don't notice these things. You just don't.
Yeah.
But online dating, they just seem to be. Oh, is it a problem? Is it a problem?
Well,
is it a problem?
It has been.
Well, you're making it a problem.
Yeah.
You're making it a problem by constantly bugging me and saying, yeah, I'm 5'9", I'm 5'9", I'm 5'9", I'm 5'8".
What's the answer then to it, in your opinion, as you're doing it?
Just be normal. You wouldn't go up to somebody in a pub that you think is good looking, is attractive, that is approachable. You wouldn't go up to somebody and go, "Hello, my Nubian princess," because it's icky, because it's really nasty. Yeah. But you do it online. You wouldn't go up to somebody that you see stood at a bar and ask them if they want you to buy them a pair of shoes so you can lick the heel, because again, it's icky and it's nasty. Do you know, it's just, what is wrong with you guys? What is wrong with you? I don't get it.
I think there's lots to it, isn't there? There's lots to it. But interestingly, I read somewhere that foot fetish, it reminds me of something I've seen on the Book of Face. This guy is in his local group asking women for their shoes. He just keeps putting it out there on the general Facebook group going, has anyone got any second-hand shoes, whatever which way, I'll buy them. But some people are like, oh, okay. But I read somewhere that there's a link between being sexually aroused and feet, and they kind of go next to each other in the brain, and that's why so many men have got a foot fetish.
But take it to another website.
Yeah, true.
Take it to your own little corner of the internet.
Telegram.
Exactly. If you can't, yeah, take it to True Social. If you cannot find women that are into that in your own little pocket, don't come into the general public and start.
They're charity shops full of people's old shit.
Yeah, exactly. Go there. Go there. I don't know. But anyway, that is my gripe of the week. Men just not acting normal.
What are we talking about today?
Oh, right. Oh my gosh. I want to talk about Louis Theroux and his documentary that he's just done. He's done so many amazing documentaries. He does them for the BBC, I think. Are they all for the BBC? But I saw one that he did on Jimmy Savile. Yeah, that was, oh my gosh. That was the first time I looked at Jimmy Savile and I thought, you're a paedophile.
Did you?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a weird documentary.
It was weird. And afterwards I tweeted, Jimmy Savile is a wrong 'un. He is a wrong 'un. He's done them on The Settlers.
Yeah, that was a BBC one, wasn't it?
Yes, that was an amazing documentary on the settlers in Palestine and Israel and Gaza,
the extreme,
and the West Bank as well.
And he also did like the extreme religious things in America. The people, I just think like he just shows you like it's kind of that thing where when people show you who they are. Mm-hmm. Believe them. Yes, yeah,
100%. So he's done this documentary on the Manosphere, and his isn't it? Yeah, sorry. It's that, isn't it? That's what they do.
Well, there's also that OK thing, but I was saying to Charlie the other day, like when I see this OK thing that's been taken over, I just think that they want to have like action in their holes.
Anyway, so he's done this documentary on the Manosphere, and what he's done, his documentary style is basically
It
just
hangs out with
lets
them. Yeah.
just lets them
Yeah.
show who they are. He asks questions, but he doesn't narrate the
Yeah,
what's happening. He just
dictate it.
yeah, he basically shows people who they are. That's just so silly. So his style of documentary making is basically he'll stand in the background, he'll ask questions, but he won't lead the documentary. And so I would like the topic for this week or this month is to talk about the Manosphere.
I did. Oh, there we go. I came up with a man. Oh, sweet.
Oh, dear.
Oh, for the quiet month. What can I say?
Right. So yeah, to talk about the Manosphere, this documentary that his most recent documentary.
Oh, great! I watched it. I know lots of us watched it.
Yeah, well, lots of people watched it.
It was there in social media in all its way. The problem is it's really affected my algorithm now on YouTube.
Okay.
And so now I'm just getting Manosphere stuff.
Oh, it hasn't affected mine.
Well, I did watch it on Netflix. Maybe it's because like these things are always listening to us, you know.
Right.
Conspiracy eating the poor hat. It's
Anyway.
But Manosphere,
Yeah.
but anyway, the Manosphere, yeah, it was a good watch, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. I felt like there were so many good points to take from it about how they're just the grift, in my opinion, the grift that they are doing is it's amazing. It's absolutely brilliant. These guys they're geniuses. They are absolute brilliant.
So you're saying that the guys on the documentary don't really believe in what they're saying?
Of course not. Of course not. If you looked at how Louis looked into their lives and went beyond what they wanted to portray, it's just even right. Jump into the very end of the documentary. You had that one guy. What was his name? Not Justin. HS TikTok. You had him, and he was having a sort of discussion with his mum, and his mum was telling him off because he hadn't cleaned the floor properly, and he was just like, "Mummy," like that, and I'm kind of like, you do. Anybody that can spout all that rubbish about women at the end and then call their mum mummy, you don't believe a word you are saying. You do not believe anything that you are saying. He is making the grift. And the one thing that made me realise he knew what he was doing was when Louis said, so what you're doing is by saying that you don't agree with women doing OnlyFans, but on your platform, you are promoting OnlyFan girls. So it's like you saying to me, "Come round, have some donuts, but I'm going to the gym and you're disgusting for eating those donuts." Mm-hmm. And he turned around and he says, but I own the gym and I own the donuts, so I'm going to be making money, whatever. I'm like, that is it. That is, you have just spelt out your grift.
Money.
Well, it's not money. It's not money. It's not control. It's a way in which, okay, so there was one point in the documentary where there was this guy, and he went up to this guy and said, "You will never get invited onto the boat. You will never get invited, flown half across the world and be invited onto a yacht." And I thought, yeah, you won't, because you, HS Tiki-Toki, you are the person that's doing the inviting. Mm-hmm. So you will never invite him onto a yacht, because he's got no monetary value to you. Whereas these girls that you do have because you can film them. So you're the one that's saying this guy will never get invited onto a yacht. So come, listen to my content and I will teach you how to be of value. So you're creating the problem with this guy and then getting him to pay you to fix the problem. It's the grift. You got to admire the grift.
Yeah, I suppose there's many things that I could admire at the grift. It's just so repugnant.
It
So
is,
why
of course
would I
it
want
is.
to?
Of course it's repugnant, yeah.
So yeah, I suppose it's that. It's really convoluted, isn't it? So I did some research on the Manosphere, not much research, but just a little bit. And it was interesting because it turns out the word Manosphere was used in 2009. And it plopped up in a blog spot where these men, they did 9 episodes of this blog about Manosphere. And it's like, well, what is the Manosphere? And it's things that men like their cave, a man cave, where they discuss video games and things like that. And then it's just like, but well, then what happened? And I suppose it's to do with the algorithm going, oh, you like this, well, here's more of it. And then eventually the only way forward is more and more it's stream views. Because you get used to one bit, so then we've got to get more clickbait to make it go further to draw the traffic in. And it was interesting, like I can't remember what was that Indian guy and his group, what were they called? They were called Fresh and Fit. Fresh and Fit, where they get those ladies on, because they were on it, weren't they? And he was talking about his girlfriend, and then his girlfriend left him. But Fresh and Fit, it was quite interesting because the fit guy started with Fit, and we used to work for the FBI, and the FBI went to him going like, or Homeland Security, it's like, you can't do this podcast and work for us. And so he left and carried on with the podcast. And it's just like watching that journey of how you become extreme and how you get more comfortable and the views on it, and watching this grift. And that's the thing, isn't it? Where do you separate a movement from people's opinions? So Tate has a movement, whereas some people might just be their opinions. So where do you separate that from?
Well, there's no separation at the moment because people can't figure out what is truth and what is
what's organised.
Yes.
And then what's just like, I just don't like things.
I do have something for you though. I have here. Right, so it's a little quiz, okay?
Quiz for me?
Yeah, a little quiz.
All right then.
Right, I want you to tell me who said this. Was it Manosphere or was it Nigel Farage? Yeah? This is just telling you how crazy we are at the moment with this Manosphere. It's just leaking into... Yeah, so... All right. Donald Trump is a good friend of mine.
That's Nigel Farage. He said that in 2021.
Well, HS, Tiki Toki, and Farage have said that.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Mar-a-Lago, lovely.
Yes. Andrew Tate is an important voice for men.
Oh, I just feel like you're saying Nigel Farage all the time.
Yeah, that was Nigel Farage. She should write about some silly stories and I won't read it. That was talking about a journalist.
Oh, Carol Cadwell.
I don't know.
Anyway, I'm going to go with the Manosphere.
No, that was Farage.
Farage,
yeah.
That'd be Carol Cadwell.
Yeah. Women that take time off to have children are worth less to city employers.
Well, that's got to be Manosphere.
That's Farage.
Oh, so everything's Farage. So
no, it's not everything's Farage.
Well, it feels like that.
A lot of people believe man and women want to be equal in a relationship. That's not true.
Okay. Well, I've got to do this. Manosphere.
That is Manosphere, yes.
What's my prize? I don't get a prize.
You don't get prize. That's, oh, hold on. Have I got where? No, that's it.
So, in other words, then, Nigel Farage is part of the Manosphere.
Well, it's not just that. It's politics. It's politics in general. I think it's this whole, I think Twitter, Truth, what's it called again? Truth?
Social.
Yeah, Social Truth, Truth Social.
Truth Social.
I feel all of these places are the Manosphere. I don't feel like the Manosphere is on the internet anymore. It's one of these things where you don't really see it. I feel like there's this whole Andrew Tate, HS TikTok, Justin.
Is that just not the end
Wolf.
game? Is that just not where it started? We started in 2009 because I didn't realise YouTube was actually really quite young still. So I was just like, oh my gosh, it's like.
I feel a lot of people are now not paying for the TV license, watching BBC and not watching BBC, not watching mainstream, and just going onto YouTube. I know a lot of my
you
friends.
Can get rid of experts. Like, I don't want an expert opinion on something. I just want Joe Blogs or Joe Rogan because he's got like no hair.
Yeah, a lot of my friends are turning to YouTube now. I was discussing it last night in my knitting group, and yeah, a lot. I think all of us, apart from one, in the knitting group, don't watch mainstream terrestrial television anymore.
Oh, yeah.
We all watch YouTube.
Oh, so that's interesting. Yeah, I suppose a lot of people do. I don't really watch mainstream television. Sometimes I dip in, but that's because I don't have a TV in my room. I just have my laptop.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
But yeah, it's an interesting place, isn't it? So I have a son, so I've always been conscious about the manosphere, sort of, but not masculinity. What makes masculinity? How do you have? And I think that's part of the issue, isn't it? There's so many different messages about masculinity. What makes masculinity? What is this? What, that a lot of males are like, oh, flipping heck, what do I do? And so then they turn to YouTube, and that's where the algorithm needs it. Because I remember watching like this bit of research. This woman did some research to see how does your algorithm change, and she did it on TikTok, and she said it took 24 hours of certain videos before her algorithm became right wing.
Yeah.
And just giving her dangerous content, but it's continual. It's one to do it. And I was chatting with my guy recently. He's like, my algorithm's starting to change. And I was like, what's going on with your algorithm? He's like, well, it's getting a bit more because he's a bit of a geek. Yeah, and he'll hold up to it. So he likes sci-fi stuff and watching reviews that are longer than the film. Like he would watch a 4-hour review on a 1.5-hour film.
I do that. As well.
But you're saying his algorithm started to change, and I was like, well, what's going on with it? It's like I'm getting more kind of man stuff than I used to, and I was like, well, that's interesting, isn't it? Is it because I was like, well, what have you been playing at recently, Mister? And he's like, well, I don't know. Have I been making you search stuff and research stuff? I don't know. But yeah, because and also it's kind of interesting. I didn't watch it, but is it Ben Shapiro who's got a response to Manosphere?
Grifters and liars who traffic in lies, spiritual emptiness, and outright grift.
I know I've got some, and I sometimes ask him, like, so when that Tate man, I can't remember his whole name now.
Andrew Tate.
That's it, Andrew Tate. I remember asking him a few years back, going, do you know about Andrew Tate, my boy? And he's like, yeah, he's an idiot.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I don't have to worry too much about him. But I suppose it's that wider thing, isn't it? The Manosphere is a direct conversation to do with feminism v womanism v women asking for equal rights, and then men are deeming that they are losing something when you ask for equality. Well, and that they're having stuff taken away from them when you're just like, oh, I just want to be paid the same.
I just feel like the Manosphere is an example. Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate comes from the town that I grew up in, that I was born in. So Andrew Tate is from Luton. And I was watching a video with him in it, an interview, and he said, yeah, when I was young, I used to see people driving around in Ferraris around Luton, and I'm thinking, I have never seen a Ferrari in Luton. What Luton are you from, Andrew Tate, where you saw Ferrari? I never once saw Ferrari. I didn't even know Ferraris existed when I lived in Luton. And the way that he was saying was that everybody was driving around in Ferraris, and I think it was from Marsh Farm. And Marsh Farm and Ferraris, it just does not make sense.
I was wondering if he'd merged some of his memories, because he lived in America when he was little.
Yeah.
And maybe he's kind of merged things a bit.
Oh, maybe.
Or maybe he went to the motorway. Is there a motorway?
Yeah, there is. There's the M1. Maybe he stood over a bridge on the M1 and saw the Ferraris going in and out of London. Yeah, that's it. That's what he did. He went and stood on a bridge and thought one day, that'll be me. Because I live in the Manosphere. That's what he did. Yeah.
That's all I think, yeah.
It's the biggest grift ever. It's so bad that they will even admit it. In the documentary, Louis Theroux went to that the one that does the podcast
with the other people.
Yes, I've forgotten his name.
He's Fit, from Fit and Fresh, or Fresh and Fit.
Fresh and Fit.
Because he did fitness stuff.
And he was interviewing him, and his girlfriend came in, and his girlfriend was stood there, and he's just like, yeah, I'm going to get loads of women. I'm going to get loads of wives.
The women that he's with, he's just going to be with them for like a night or so, or whatever. But I don't think he sees me that way, because there is a reason why I've stayed so long with him.
I don't want to mix things up between you, right? But
yeah.
But we were talking about in the future that maybe there's a world where you would have more than one wife, right?
She understands that. She knows that could potentially come down in the future.
What do you say about that?
I don't know.
And the way that his girlfriend looked at him was just like, no, you're not. What are you talking about? What are you on? No. You can do this on the screen, but once I'm here, once I'm stood next to you, well, no, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
The vibe that she was giving was that after Louis Theroux left, she was just like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? What was that all about?
Yeah.
And it was the same with the mum as well. It was the same with the mum. And, I mean, Justin Weller, he was basically saying all of this stuff, but he was living a family life.
Yeah. It's called Myron Games.
Ah. Do you know, you're saying that you don't know much about the Manosphere. In a sense, it's one of those things that it's just another fad.
What I do know things about young people. I've been trained as a youth worker since I was 15, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And so on and off I've worked with young people, young men especially, and I know about young men. They're like, they get a bit lost for a little while, in the same way that young girls do get a bit lost. And so they're looking for answers, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
And because often it's insecurity or, self-esteem. They say a lot of it is to do with self-esteem, which draws them in. Like, you would get self-esteem if you get muscles, and then and things like that.
And chisel, hammering.
That's the new movement, isn't it?
That is the face hammering, or smashing your face with a hammer.
It's absurd.
Sorry, I'm a trained radiographer, and I'm telling you now, okay? Smashing your face with a hammer will only give you one look, and that is you have been smashed in the face with a hammer look.
Yeah.
There's no other look. It doesn't change your bone structure. It
just gives you some inflammation.
Yeah.
Some bruising and some swelling.
Some bruising, some swelling. And
chipped jawbone or something. Yeah. Problems later on in life.
It's a form of self-harm, because it was just so evident when he said, my mum used to hide the hammers in the house when I was a kid. And that just shows you that even as a kid, it's a form of self-harm.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there's a lot that's self-harm. Like, I was watching a lad that was part of this thing, and he was like, yeah, I get this testosterone, the T, to build up my muscles. I was fat originally, and now I've got all these muscles. The testosterone is like for animals. I might have problems when I'm 30. Because they're young people, 30 seems a mile away.
Yeah.
That's just ancient, you know, when you're 15, 16 and finding your way.
And that guy that couldn't walk properly because he's had his bones in his legs stretched to make him 6 foot or over 6 foot. And now he walks around on crutches because he can't walk properly.
That's so sad.
And I'm kind of, it's nothing.
Mutilating.
It's self-harm, it's mutilating. You don't need to do that. Guys, you don't need to do that. There are so many women out there that are just looking for decent guys.
Sensitive, like, I suppose it's like that question is that wider thing, and maybe we need to look at that as well, misogyny, because it works both ways, doesn't it? Patriarchy, it works both ways in the fact that, yes, for women it does this, but for men it does this, where I know from my own experience that men are sensitive beings because they are human. But they're not allowed their emotions.
You're not allowed emotions.
Or if they, well, they are allowed their emotions a lot more than women, I think, actually. But they're also not allowed it. You know, like men are the biggest people that will end their lives because they're not allowed to talk. They don't have these conversations. There's this toxic kind of thing of rah, 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 women and this. And so when you meet up, it gets extended. It's like, when was the last time you had a proper conversation? Just about your emotions and where you're sitting, but then I suppose we could ask that about women. When was the last time we had a problem?
Oh, I think we us women have loads of conversations about our emotions and over a glass of wine. Like even in my knitting group, we sit there and we talk about stuff like that. Yeah. And it's a lot easier for women to sit there, but I suppose a man, you couldn't go to the pub and have a beer and say, do you know what, I'm feeling a bit low.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you can do that.
Well, there have been campaigns, haven't they, of like asking him. I've seen one recently about a campaign about like meeting up with your friends. How's it going, mate? Meeting up but never going deeper. And then there's a point where the man meets up with his friends at football and there's no one in his seat because his friend's not been well and come up with the ultimate reason. And I suppose there is that. Maybe we need to accept that today's society is not doing well. And then why?
And that's where the Manospheres come in, because they're stepping in and they're selling you this whole lifestyle. They're selling you this whole lifestyle by saying, do you know what? If you download this app, if you put money in, if you buy my course, if you do all of these things, then you can have what I have. But what they're not telling you is the reason they have what they have is because you're buying their products. They're selling. They're salesmen. They are selling you a product, making money off that product, and then telling you how you can be like them, but you're never going to be like them.
No.
Unless you get into the same grift that they're in. Unless you do the same thing that they are doing, you are never going to be like them. You are never going to be living in a villa where you're spending £1,000 a night. Where are they getting that money? They're getting that money by going on YouTube and telling you that you are not good enough and that you need to spend money buying their products to be good enough.
Yeah.
That's the fifth. That is, and the Manosphere, Andrew Tate, Manosphere. Look where he is now.
Oh, I watched a shocking video with him talking about his children and how, you know, he makes his child, one of his boys, sit down on a sofa with no Nintendo, no this, because he's got no imagination. And so he's got to sit on the sofa and use his imagination. And it's just like, what, for how long? For 6 hours while you're working? Like, it's a child. It should be moving. It's much better if you want to separate them from anything. Take him away from his Nintendo and put him in the garden so he can climb a tree.
Yes.
There you go. I just hope they don't fall out.
But you know he doesn't do that, though.
No, he's just
you know
not
he
nice
does not do that. It's the you cannot believe everything that they say.
True.
You know 100% that he does not take away all of his children's stuff, sits them on the sofa for 6 hours to use their imagination. No, that's a thought that has just come into his brain that he wants to say out loud. You know that he doesn't do that. It's just fraud. It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
the Manosphere.
yeah.
It seems like everything feeds into it. And this person that I watched recently was saying that a lot of it started with how to pick up women, the 1970s, how to pick up women. And I think that's the crux of a lot of the stuff is, how do I pick up women to have my biological right of being with women? My biological right of being with a man. And there are many ways of picking up women, like take an interest in what they like.
Yes.
Play tennis.
Yes.
Join clubs.
If we go back to the online dating thing, the thing that turns me off the most is when somebody just takes no interest whatsoever in anything that I say or ask. It's just like, oh, so what do you do for a living? Oh, I do this, that. And I sit there and I wait and I wait and I wait and I think, okay, next. Look, just one question. What do you do?
Yeah.
You know, that's all women want.
Conversation.
Just a conversation.
2 ways.
It's literally like, we don't want to be your admin.
Oh gosh, no. Or your therapist.
And oh gosh, not your therapist, not your admin. But then again, I don't know. I don't have a problem with men opening up.
Oh no, there's opening up and having candid information, but there's that thing of going too far. It's just like, anyway. But I just think like maybe it's the fact like step away from these, because loads of people are given all this advice and they're just not treating women that well. Hence the woman that left him after that conversation.
But I don't even think they're treating women badly. I don't think they're treating women the way that you expect them to, or the way that they're perceived. They want you to perceive that they're treating women, because at the end of the day, they have girlfriends. And HS Tiki Toki, the way that he talks about these women, like Bonnie Blue, the way that he talks about Bonnie Blue, you know that he values old-fashioned views in women. He looks at his mum and he sees a woman. He looks at Bonnie Blue and he doesn't see a woman because of what she does, because what he perceives to be disgusting.
Oh, it's that double thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
separately seeing a woman as a whore or as a wife, and there's never any in between.
Yeah, so I don't believe that they treat their women like that, and I feel like the way the reason why that guy's girlfriend left him after the program, because he made these views, I believe anyway, that he made these views public in front of her, and she must have been like, what? Yeah, you could say that crap out there, say that crap on your podcast, say it out there, but don't bring it into our relationship. That's your job. Why are you bringing that into our relationship? And I don't know. She just did not seem happy.
Well, no, she's probably not. Also, he wasn't that attractive, really. Like, that's the other thing. These guys think they're really attractive, but when actually you take away the beer and stuff, they're not, because they're ugly inside. And it's like that rotten thing, isn't it?
I would do HS Tiki Toki.
Oh my gosh, she's 24. Dirty lady. Cougar. Wow. Careful, world.
Yeah, he's a bit young.
Careful, world.
No, but what I'm saying is, he is attractive. HS Tiki Toki is attractive, and he shouldn't be doing that shit. He shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
There's so many other things. He's a well-educated man.
His mother's worked really hard to afford him the best education, the best contacts.
Yeah.
You know,
he can be doing so many other things because he's a good-looking, attractive man.
Well, obviously, there's some issues there, isn't it? Because You know, like I'm just like in our conversation, I'm kind of like sitting there going, is it mummy issues or father issues? It seems that a lot of people have fucking mother issues. You know, like the way your mother, you said his mother's like, clean that up. Oh, yes, mum, yes, mummy. I'm like, what 24-year-old calls their mum mummy?
All the material, what I was most struck by were the moments with HS's mum before the interview.
It's just what I like. That juice bar that you get the thingies from, they'll have ginger.
I don't want a juice bar.
No, you don't have to have a juice, they'll have shots.
Mummy, I don't want a juice bar.
Yes, yes, yes. My daughter's 21 and she stopped calling me mummy when she was like 15. She came in, it's like, hello, mother. I'm like, what is occurring here?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm too old to call you mummy now, so it's going to be mum or mother. Pick one. Mum. Okay.
Yeah.
I miss mummy. But yeah, she wouldn't call me mummy.
It's just like, that's all I can kind of think of, or father issues. I guess, you know, as parents, we've got a lot to answer for our children. We're obviously not teaching them something.
Well, she's obviously teaching him something because she was saying to his face, I don't agree with what you're saying.
Well, it's always been a contrarianism, isn't there? Just to be contrary for contrary's sake, I guess.
I don't believe
it's a big grift, isn't it?
I don't believe he believes any of this. And at the end of the day, his mum's seen his lifestyle, how much money he's bringing in, and if he sits there and he says, "Mum, I'm just doing this for the money. I'm making money. I'm just doing it for the money. I don't believe a word I'm saying."
And isn't it like,
you know, what can you do? You could just turn around and say, I don't agree with that, but you know, you still stand by that person because it's their job in a way.
Yeah. I'm sure there's better ways of making money anyway.
Yeah.
So I guess, you know, like, we need to have better conversations just generally. Maybe we need to bring back tea dances.
What's that got to do with Manosphere? What, getting to know men?
Getting to know each other. Maybe we just need a good tea dance.
I've never been to a tea dance in my life, and I know.
It's just so sexy. A man can dance and sway you around. You know, like that's how people used to meet once upon a time. A little tea dance.
What century are you going on about that? Let's go to a tea dance.
Maybe that's what's missing in life. We've had like 40 odd years of neoliberalism. We've had the growth of social media and that, and the loss of a good old tea dance. A good old formal dance where everyone puts their finery on, swept around the floor, take the number, and then before you know it, you're married.
I can't think of anything worse. Yeah. Do you know what I want to try though? I want to try speed dating.
Well, yeah. Well, you can talk quickly.
So you can talk quickly. Yeah.
Give it a go. And if it's not there, maybe we should organise it. Maybe that's what, you know, that's missing. That's what I'm kind of thinking. If it's not there, then maybe we need to build it.
If we build it, they will come.
Exactly. And maybe we don't need to have speed dancing.
Is a dinosaur from our imagination.
Honestly, there's nothing like someone just taking you and sweeping you around the dance floor. Why do you think they like it in Bridgerton? Man that dance is sexy.
They do Bridgerton events.
Oh, nice. Yeah, but I don't want to wear a corset. But I probably need a corset. But, you know, I don't want to wear a corset.
I'd love a corset. I've got a corset. Anyway, I think...
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. Guys,
Ladies.
just don't give your money to these grifters.
Yeah.
Don't give your money away.
Don't.
There are so many women out there that are just want to meet a guy, just want to meet a decent guy. You know, you don't need to go for the courses. You don't need to...
Join a choir. Go join a choir.
Don't tell them to join a choir. That's
nice.
Manosphere or choir.
But there's women in choirs. It's good for you to sing.
Anyway, that was Gap
in
The
Middle.
middle. Subscribe. There. Subscribe. And here, like. And hopefully we'll see you again soon. Okay? Thanks for watching. Take care.
Tick to pics. Bye.